Graham Westwood adjusted the squirming twins in his arms as he stepped hesitantly through the door. The small Italian restaurant buzzed softly, filled with the clinking of glasses and muted laughter. It was nothing like the elegant establishments he usually frequented. Tonight, there was no black suit, no chauffeured car, just borrowed jeans, a faded t-shirt, and the sticky fingers of his twin daughters. "Table for 3. The hostess eyed the diaper bag hanging precariously over his shoulder, with mild amusement. "Actually, it's supposed to be a date," Graham chuckled awkwardly. "Sort of." She raised a curious eyebrow, clearly skeptical, but politely guided him to a cozy table by the window. He settled Ella and Emma into their booster seats, the girls immediately reaching for crayons and silverware with tiny, excited fingers. Graham exhaled deeply. He knew what people saw: a tired dad with 2 lively toddlers. Not a CEO whose face regularly graced the covers of prestigious business magazines. His mind wandered momentarily to the text he'd received earlier that afternoon. "Sorry, I can't date a broke dad of 2. Good luck." The blunt dismissal stung, but he was used to rejection in his professional world, just not this kind. Still, he was here now, determined to salvage the evening, even if just for his girls. As he glanced toward the exit, contemplating a quiet escape, the door opened. A woman hurried in, blonde hair tousled by the breeze, clutching a worn paperback in one hand and a tote bag slung loosely over her shoulder. She scanned the room anxiously before meeting Graham's gaze and flashing a shy, uncertain smile. "Hi," she said breathlessly, sliding into the chair across from him. "I'm Sadie. Sorry I'm late. The bus took forever." Graham opened his mouth to clarify the mistake, but something in her earnest expression silenced him. Sadie's eyes were kind, her smile genuine yet tentative, as though life had taught her to brace for disappointment. Graham felt an unexpected connection with that quiet resilience. "No worries," he replied warmly. "We just arrived ourselves." Sadie's eyes drifted toward the twins, who peered up curiously. "I didn't realize I'd be dining with royalty tonight," she joked softly, breaking the ice effortlessly. Emma tilted her head. "Do you like cats?" Sadie grinned, a genuine laugh escaping her lips. "More than most people, actually." Ella pushed a purple crayon toward her eagerly. "Draw one." Without hesitation, Sadie sketched a lopsided feline onto a napkin, her eyes sparkling playfully. The twins erupted into delighted giggles, instantly enchanted by this new friend who could conjure magic from paper and wax. Graham watched, amazed. It had always been a challenge, introducing his daughters to anyone new. But with Sadie, the connection was immediate, effortless, and wonderfully real. The meal passed in delightful chaos, spaghetti sauce splattering, orange juice spilling, laughter echoing. Sadie didn't bat an eye. Instead, she shared humorous anecdotes about her childhood, like the time she'd face-planted into a birthday cake during story time at her library job. The twins hung on to every word, captivated. When the server brought the check mid-meal, Graham reached for his pocket, only to freeze with embarrassment. In his haste to borrow casual clothes, he'd forgotten his wallet. Mortified panic flooded his face. But Sadie simply smiled softly, reaching for her worn leather wallet without a second thought. "It's fine," she assured gently, handing over her card without fuss. "Trust me, I've had much worse dinner dates." Graham stared, stunned. "You didn't have to." "I know," she interrupted kindly, "but I wanted to. Sometimes we all need someone to just show a little kindness." Those words resonated deeply. For Graham, who had spent years navigating relationships defined by wealth and power. This was a profound revelation. Here, at this simple table, beneath the warm restaurant lights, someone had genuinely seen him. Not the wealthy CEO, not the magazine cover, but man awkwardly juggling booster seats and crayons. The father struggling beneath the weight of a hidden loneliness. Their conversation flowed naturally, exploring Sadie's passion for books, her job as a librarian, and the simple joys she'd cherished growing up, despite financial hardship. She didn't pry into Graham's career or lifestyle, displaying only curiosity about who he was beneath the surface. For the first time in years, he felt truly understood as the evening ended. Graham offered Sadie a ride home in the modest borrowed car, but she gently declined. "I enjoy the walk," she said sincerely. "Gives me time to clear my head." Before leaving, she kissed Ella's forehead affectionately and waved warmly to Emma. Then she stepped into the night, leaving Graham quietly reflective. Days passed. Yet Graham couldn't shake thoughts of Sadie from his mind. Her genuine kindness, laughter, and sincerity haunted him warmly. So, guided by nothing but a half-remembered comment about the library near Pine Street with the red doors, he found himself standing uncertainly in its doorway, the twins gripping his hands excitedly. Inside, Sadie sat surrounded by children, reading dramatically from a picture book. The twins rushed forward, their delighted squeals disrupting the quiet gathering. Sadie looked up, eyes widening in surprise and joy. "You found me," she whispered softly, stepping away briefly to greet him. "I couldn't let someone who saw me like you did just vanish," Graham admitted earnestly, "not without thanking you properly." She glanced at the twins, their innocent faces beaming hopefully. "What I saw that night, it was real," she replied softly. "But life around you seems complicated. I need time." "Take all you need," Graham said genuinely. "Just don't disappear completely." And she didn't. Their bond grew gently, nurtured through quiet visits, story times at the park, and shared meals. Graham felt an unfamiliar peace blossoming, a fragile hope slowly repairing years of guarded grief. But their delicate world shattered overnight when paparazzi discovered Sadie's identity, flooding her life with intrusive headlines and judgmental speculation. Torn apart by unwanted scrutiny, Sadie withdrew, fearing harm to Graham and the girls. Yet true connection endures quietly. Graham, respecting Sadie's need for space, waited patiently, comforting his confused daughters and holding on to hope. It took crayons and childlike determination to finally reunite them. When Ella and Emma insisted on visiting Sadie, armed with heartfelt drawings. Seeing them standing vulnerably at her doorstep, Sadie understood clearly what mattered most. She embraced them fiercely, tears of relief and love washing away fear. From that day forward, they faced life's challenges together. Graham supported Sadie's dream of creating a mobile reading program, bringing joy and knowledge to underserved children. Their relationship thrived quietly, sincerely, free from the flash of fame. Eventually, the girls chose to call Sadie Mama, solidifying their profound bond. And beneath the quiet wind chimes of Graham's mother's cottage, surrounded by love and genuine connection, Graham offered Sadie a handmade ring, crafted by the twins, promising a future built not on wealth or fame, but on kindness, trust, and family. Their lives, marked by humble choices and sincere love, proved that the most beautiful stories often begin unexpectedly, at the wrong table, with crayons and heartfelt honesty. Love had found them, not loudly or grandly, but softly, changing their worlds forever.